Hey everybody, welcome to Fireside Chats, a brief podcast where we go through and answer questions about LARPing, the Renaissance Fair, and adjacent topics like that. My name is St. Godric. I have been doing these adjacent topics, LARPing and Ren Fair, for over a decade now, and I am so happy to answer your questions. Today, we are going through the question of what do all of the people that you look up to, what qualities do they share in common? Let's get to it. So when I look at all the people in my games, whether it's Amtgard, Daggerhear, Bellagarth, SCA, and I look at the people that I respect, I look at the people that I look up to, most of them have a few qualities that they share in common, which is something that is pretty neat because if we can identify the qualities that we consistently like to see in other people, we can work on improving them in ourselves. So a few of the qualities that I really appreciate are, first of which is consistency. All of the people that I look up to are consistent. Now, this means more so, I'm talking about like the way that they process things is consistent. So if there's something going on in the game or in the kingdom, they apply consistent logic across multiple situations. One of the easiest ways for me to lose respect for you in our games is if you apply certain situations, you do something one way for your friends and one way for other people. All over the place we see this where like heck, just this past week I saw something where there was a guy who was in charge of some stuff who should not have been, really should be banned and shouldn't be playing any of these games at all. But I had some of his friends sticking up for him. And the downside is that those people, if you took those same situations and pulled it out and it wasn't their friend and you applied it to somebody else, that person would not be allowed to be playing the game. But because it's their friend, right, they hang out, they stand up. Understandably, I get it. The people that I look up to in our games, though, are the ones who don't do that. The ones who are willing to call out their belt line, their company bro, their kingdom mate as quickly as they are the people that they don't get along with. The people who are consistent in the way that they apply their logic is a trait, is a quality that I really look up to. Second thing that I greatly respect in people is consistency, but in actual playing the game. All the people that I respect have been doing it for a long time, who through the ups and the downs have come through and have been pretty consistent. And they might take breaks here and there, right? They might take a moment, take a season off, but they always come back. And they are just a consistent force of positive change in all of the games that we play. And then the third thing that everybody shares, all the people that I look up to, all the things that they share, is they're very newbie friendly. They are people who new players are comfortable around. They care a lot about new players. They go out of their way to make sure that their game, their park, their LARP is growing. And that is something that I highly, highly appreciate and something that I want to emulate in myself. So I would love to hear from you. What are the qualities that all the people that you look up to share? Feel free, drop those down in the comments below, as well as any questions that you might have. You might make it onto our Fireside Chat show where we can answer your questions. Now, before we go, I want to make a little plug. I have been working on some coloring books. These coloring books are up on Amazon. I've got a few different ones. I've got a castles one. I've got a animals one, a stained glass dragons one. If you've been wanting a way to support the channel, this would be a great way to do it. They're up on Amazon. They're $6 or $7 depending on the book. Would really appreciate if you check those out for me. There'll be a link down in the description below. I appreciate y'all for watching to the end of this video. We'll see you next time. Peace.